I just forgot to press record on the microphone. Butter Coffee Man is back, baby. I was speaking about the fact that I was doubting myself when it comes to the idea that it's just a skill gap that doesn't make me successful. And then I stumbled upon an advice that I had a couple of years back. I remembered this idea that really can make you more interesting and more successful instantly. You know how people are flip floppy? They're like, yeah, I don't know. They are not decisive. They are not really stuck in their opinions and their advice and their all of these things. And to be honest, to be successful, it's quite important to be sure about stuff. And it's quite important to really test that to the extreme, because the best things that you can learn are on the edges, on the fringes, on the extremes ends of things. The best lessons, if you just do dip your little bitty itty bitty toe in the water, you're not gonna understand. You're gonna just test the waters, and then, but if you jump in, it's much much more different, a different experience. You cannot tell me that you know exactly what it is until you've been like knee high, knee high, like plant the face planted first on the concrete. You will never know what it feels, how to fall, and how it is to fall. So I know it doesn't make sense, but the next part will make sense quite a bit. So if you most people are flip floppy because they are like 60, 55, 70% convinced of the things that they are doing. And if you are anywhere over 51%, just change it to 100%. Don't do anything at 70%. Always do it at 100%. Give it your all. Like treat it, even though it's like has a 50%, 51% chance of making you successful, you're going to treat it completely different if you make it in your mind to 100%. You're going to do so many more things differently. I know it might seem like you were going to waste your time, but it's not wasting your time. It's preparing you for when it counts. When you are going to find that 100% thing, you are going to be prepared to give it your all. If you spend your time just giving 70%, 60% of your effort, you will never understand what it takes and how to give 100%. It's much easier to always give 100%, and then when you strike and you have something of value, and you found something that really makes a difference in your life, I'm not talking about anything else, then when you give that 100%, you're going to be like, yeah, because you now have more than just because it's 100%. You know how to give 100% even to something that is not really worth it, not really as worth it. So when it's a no-brainer to just go to 100% and do anything that is possible for that thing, that it's really really worth it. So turn your 51% into 100% in your mind, and do it as if it were the biggest opportunity of your life. It's a good training method, and it builds so much confidence because you can really say, look, even when the times and the opportunities are not great, I'm still going to push through and do something at 100%. So I don't require very high motivation in order to perform. So you take every opportunity as seriously as possible. So yeah, nobody does that. Almost nobody does that. But most of the people, well, yeah, most of the people who do are really, really successful. The biggest, most awful last 1 hour and something, I meditated for 1 hour, and it was the first day I wanted to just quit. I just wanted to be like, no, fuck this. I don't want to do this challenge anymore. Why? You might ask why in 24 days I did not feel like this at all. And the reason is because in 24 days I didn't drink at all except for yesterday, but yesterday I had the meditations before I drank. But now I drank a bottle of wine with a friend of mine. Well, he got one bottle, I got one bottle. It was two bottles at the table. So each of us drank a bottle of wine, and I'm tipsy. Really, really tipsy, really drunk. And the first thing I did when I came home, I ate something and then I started meditating. I went out with Sophie and then I started meditating, which is the worst thing to do when you are drunk. Like when you're drunk, you like that buzz that like you feel good because you're like, yeah, floating. But if you want to become present for a fucking hour, it's going to be the worst thing ever. You're going to feel some things that you didn't know you were capable of feeling. It's so bad. Like, you get to understand what alcohol does to your brain, to your perception, to your body in such a visceral way that you're like, no way this is just because of alcohol. You cannot believe it. It's worse, 10 times worse than the worst hangover you ever had, trying to become more present for an entire hour, just meditating and being with yourself when you are drunk, when a half an hour ago you just had your last glass of wine. It's so intense. Even the light is like, no, no, I just want to sleep. And it's not like I'm tired. It's not at all like that. I'm not tired. It's just the way you feel when you're drunk and you want to get present is so bad. So bad. Today was the first day I wanted to actually quit the meditation challenge. That I felt it like 5 times. I was like, no, no, I don't want to do this to myself. It was so painful to get present. Whew. I'm glad it's over. I still have to edit like 3 of the videos, including this one. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. In case you were thinking that I have a, I am bald. No, I'm just growing my hair, and it's a mess. The medium hair is a mess. There is a certain length that hair becomes so crazy, and medium hair is just like that. Once it gets longer, it's so much easier to take care of and just style and something like that. And when it's short, it's so easy. But when it's medium length, it's like the worst. It just don't want to. It just don't want to collaborate. It defies the laws of physics. Ah. Today was 12. It was 12 of March 2024. Why was I under the impression that it was 11? Today was 12 of March 2024. I was about to say 7. I don't know why. And see you tomorrow.